They say smart leaders don't dive into crowdfunding. Maybe they call it risky, unpredictable, a mess better avoided. But think about what that really means. It means missing out, not just on money, but on freedom, on power, on the kind of break from the old rules that could smash every ceiling holding you back. So many leaders settle for that same old game, stuck chasing the same limited pots of capital, locked in boardrooms where decisions are weighed down with fear and conformity. Meanwhile, the world changes outside, faster and louder, and those who refuse to evolve, they get left behind. Right now, feel it. There's this ache under the surface. That constant pressure watching competitors do what you said was impossible, watching fresh ideas take off with no permission slip, no gatekeepers. You breathe but can't shake this feeling of being trapped by the system, by expectations, by what's safe. Crowdfunding promises to break those chains, but you resist because the voices around you shout, "Too chaotic," dilutes control, too much noise. But that's a lie dressed up as wisdom. The real lie is thinking you must keep playing it safe to stay smart. Here's the brutal truth. Playing safe is the most dangerous game. Clinging to old structures handcuffs you to slow. And slow is death in a world burning through innovation. When vision feels stuck, it's because the tools you rely on are made for yesterday, not tomorrow. And crowdfunding is the key to unlock all of this. It's not just capital. It's the spark to reignite that fire buried deep inside you, to connect with people who don't just fund, but believe. Crowdfunding tears down traditional walls and hands you a megaphone to a tribe who wants to be part of your journey. Not just another transaction, but real, raw investment in your vision. Imagine waking up where money doesn't feel like a barrier, but a rocket fuel. Where investors aren't gatekeepers, but partners racing alongside you to bend reality. Crowdfunding flips the script. Instead of begging for scraps, you command attention. Gather those few who burn as you do. The fans, the believers, those hungry for change. It's contagious. It's electric. This isn't just raising money, it's an awakening, a movement, a call to those ready to refuse a borrowed life. The fears you hear? Control? Dilution? Chaos? Those are shadows cast by a system terrified of disruption. Control doesn't mean owning everything. Real control is knowing you have power to reshape your path, to build on your terms. Dilution isn't losing ownership. It's gaining allies who amplify your impact, who carry your cause farther than you could alone. Chaos? Chaos is just unstructured change, and in this chaos lies the playground of those who dare, those who don't wait for permission, those who hustle, create, and rewrite rules while everyone else bleeds time waiting. Let's get clear about this. Top leaders don't fear crowdfunding because they don't understand it. They fear it because it demands more. From them, from their vision, from their egos. It forces leaders to be real, vulnerable, aligned. It demands transparency where traditional deals once thrived in shadows. And that's terrifying. But here's the crucible. If leadership means anything, it means leading through fire. If you want to build what lasts, what matters, you must step into that fire instead of shrinking from it. Here's how to flip your mindset. How to make crowdfunding your power tool instead of your enemy. First, throw out outdated rules. Stop thinking you must be perfect to be funded. Perfection kills momentum. Crowdfunding breeds realness, imperfections, passion alive on display like battle scars proving you're more than talk. When you show authenticity, your audience doesn't see flaws. They see humanity, grit, and future greatness in progress. That means sharing your story raw, failures, lessons, victories, and inviting others into the process. Second, embrace the edge. You aren't building for everyone, and that's the point. Crowdfunding thrives on tribes, not masses. Find the few, those who align with your fire, those ready to be part of your revolution. These are your allies, supercharged, amplified, ready to rally in ways no corporate pitch ever could. Don't dilute your vision to please every investor or trend. Be brutal about who you want with you, and you'll grow a movement, not just a bank account. Third, play the long game. The temptation is quick wins, Immediate cash, easy exits. But real change works on a different clock. Crowdfunding isn't about shortcuts. It's about building something eternal. It's about crafting a foundation of believers, a loyal base who will carry you through storms and plateaus. Patience means showing up, grinding, over-delivering on every promise, and turning every single supporter into a lifelong champion. This kind of loyalty? It's worth more than gold. It's your reservoir of strength. Fourth, be ruthless with your network. Crowdfunding is as much about who you connect with as how you pitch. This is not the place for surface-level contacts or weak ties. Real leaders magnetize those crazy enough to believe with them. That requires breaking away from comfort zones and conventional circles. It means reaching out to the fringes, to the misunderstood, the bold, the misfits who see your fire and want to stoke it. The power of collective brilliance unlocked through crowdfunding is a treasure hidden in plain sight. Fifth, flip fear into fuel. Every hesitation, every doubt is a signal you're on the edge of your comfort. Don't quiet that voice with excuses or delays. Name it, stare it down, and burn it into your roadmap. Fear around losing control? Reframe control as impact, the ability to shape your story and your community. Fear of rejection? Turn rejection into feedback and use it like rocket fuel to get sharper. This alchemy of fear into momentum is what separates leaders who transform from those who tread water. This isn't just theory. Behind every wildly successful crowdfunding campaign is a story of someone who shattered those fears, who refused convention, who went all in on the promise of connection over control, movement over mediocrity. They built not just products, but communities primed to carry them beyond anything a traditional investment could ever dream of. These trailblazers don't work by rules others wrote. They invent their rules as they go, and they become unstoppable. So here's the reality. If you want to lead in the next decade, if you want to build ventures that don't just survive but thrive, you must understand the power of crowdfunding. It's where the future is being written today. The multi-million-dollar pitch rooms? They're shrinking islands while entire continents of opportunity open through the crowd. Don't just watch others capitalize on this shift. Don't cling to outdated fears that keep you stuck in yesterday's thinking. Leaders who reject crowdfunding aren't safe. They're missing the chance to reclaim their autonomy, to uproot mediocrity, and to connect with a swelling wave of believers demanding change. Crowdfunding unlocks a radical truth. You don't have to beg rich gatekeepers to see your vision. Instead, you empower the very people your vision was created for to stand with you and bring it to life. This is more than money. It's a rebellion against the system that tries to box you in. The moment you see crowdfunding as a threat is the moment you cede power to the old guard. But the moment you see it as your arsenal, your thread to a network of the few who dare, it becomes your liberation. It is where the future's leaders are forged, not in silence, but in the roar of thousands stoking one flame. To the leaders furious to break free from the slow death of complacency, this is your call. The playbook of yesterday will hold you down. The noise of fear will try to drown your signal, but the crowd is waiting. The right crowd, the few who burn with you and for you, are ready to rise. So don't fear crowdfunding. Fear wasting the chance to rise because you listened to the wrong voices. Fear giving up your power by letting old fears rule your future. Fear never stepping into the crowd that carries you beyond the limits of what you thought was possible. Crowdfunding is the battle you've been avoiding, the gate to the revolution pulsing beneath the surface. It's where leadership sheds its masks and becomes raw, real, unstoppable. It's where you find not just resources, but renegades. Not just supporters, but believers ready to build tomorrow with you. Lead into that fire. Burn with the crowd. Become the rare leader who chooses becoming over belonging, who turns chaos into creation, who writes not just the next chapter, but a whole new story, because the world isn't waiting for you to catch up. The world is waiting for you to break free. And crowdfunding, It's your freedom. It's your power. It's your revolution.